Hello guys. So in our last lesson we created a class which wasn't really the best kind of class ever because it wasn't really useful. All we did was create 3 instances of a red, blue and green ball using the ball creator class. So to fully understand how a class works, we need to understand an init method that is built into every Python class. Now all classes have this function called init, which is always created each time a class is used. Right, and to use the init function, we need to assign the values to the object's properties, and that's what we're going to do just right now to show you how to do that. So let's create a heading, and let's say using the init underscore underscore init underscore underscore, then 2 parentheses methods. Now the init method is a type of Python method which is a special method, and is also called a dunder method because it has a prefix of 2 underscores and has a suffix of 2 underscores after that. So that's what the init method does. So another thing I like to point out, and we can use this as a note, is that the init method is used to assign values, right? Default values to the object's properties. So each time you create a class and you pass properties to the init method, whenever you create that object, you must satisfy those rules and conditions. It is pretty straightforward. It shouldn't be confusing. And let's go ahead and do it right now. Right. So right now. So yeah. So what we're going to do is to create a class, and let's just put a note to describe what the init method does so we don't forget. So the init function allows us to create default properties to our objects, and which are instances of a class. Let's turn that cell into a markdown cell and let's do this. So let's create another class quickly. Let's just say class. Let's say new shape creator, just like that. And to use the init method for the shape creator, we're going to pass in that as a function. So we're going to say def, then 2 underscores, init, 2 underscores again, and then we'll pass in a default variable called self, and then we pass in those properties. So the last ball we created, we had a few properties such as the name, right? And then we had the shape, then we had the color, then we also had the diameter, like that. Now you'll be asking me, why am I passing in the keyword self? So self is a built-in variable automatically that is built for the init method, and it is this self keyword that will be used to have access to the properties that exist within this class. We'll see it in a very simple example right now. So what we also need to do is to assign that self and combine it with the name of those variables that we've created in the init method. So if I say self.name equals name, it means each time I call this object, I can assign a value, and this object is going to understand that this class has an init method and it wants me to pass a name to this init method. Let's do the same thing for the shape, the color, and the diameter. So self.shape equals shape, self.color equals color, and also self.diameter equals diameter, just like that. So now that we've created this class called new shape creator, let's go ahead and run this, which runs perfectly fine, and let's see how we can create objects of this class. So let's just create creating instances, which at the same time are objects of the new shape creator class, like that. And I'm just go ahead and make this bold. like that. And I'll turn the cell into a markdown cell and run it. So now we're going to create that instance we had in our example. So let's create a shape called red with some diameter, name, and color. So to do that, let's just say new shape. I'll just call it red. I'll assign that to new shape creator. So now we can pass in a name of that object. So first the name is red. So we have red ball. All right, so the next thing we're going to pass in the shape. It's a circular shape. And then we can pass in the diameter. Let's say it's 3.44 meters right now. So if you go ahead and print this shape called red, we should actually see the, whoops, it says it's missing one additional argument diameter. So let's see what we did right here. So we have a name, cool. We have a shape. We didn't pass in the color. So let's pass in a color. It's red. The color is red. And finally, we can add this. So let's see what the problem is. So let's see, we're getting errors. Oh, okay, sorry about that, guys. Really sorry. I forgot the L right here. Sorry about that, guys. So this is self, and let's run that. Okay, good. So when trying to print this, it told us that we have a new shape creator, and the red is an object. So this is an object. So how do we get the color right now? So how do we get the color of the shape? So to get the color, we can just say red dot color. So print red dot color, and we get red. So if we want to get the shape, so let's say print, so let's say red dot shape like this. So we have red and we have circular. Now to use pretty printing on this, so we can have like a very nice way to print out, we're going to use the F string right here, right? So we're going to just say the shape, the color is, so we're going to pass in red dot color like that, and we can see the shape is, and we're going to pass in under the red dot shape, so we can have it like run neatly. So the color is red and the shape is circular, and let's just do a final one. Let's copy this and let's just do the name, and let's print out the name of so just say the name is like that, red dot name. So the name is red ball, the color is red, and the shape is circular. So if you have this, can you see how you can create another instance of this class? So let me just go ahead and put a proper heading for this, and just say creating an instance or object. So this is how we can actually go ahead and create an instance. So remember, the init method, it's called a constructor in some other programming languages, and it tells you how you need to create that object. So in our next lesson, we'll see ways in which we can make this code make it much more readable using other programming constructs. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next